You listen the problem. Rain is falling vertically downwards with a speed of 4 kilometer per hour. Okay, a girl moves on a straight road with a velocity of 3 kilometer per hour. The apparent velocity of rain with respect to the girl. Apparent velocity of the rain with respect to girl or relative velocity of rain with respect to girl. That is the question they asked. Okay, I think you have studied, you have seen the question. Okay, now, so here you see 26th problem. Rain is falling vertically downwards. The rain is falling vertically downwards with a velocity of VR. That VR is given as 4 kilometer per hour, 4 kmph. Rain is actually falling vertically downwards. It is not the rain appears to fall vertically. So actually the rain is falling vertically downwards. A girl moves on a straight road with a velocity. So velocity of the girl or velocity of the man or woman, that is equal to 3 kilometer per hour, say towards right. Okay, now the apparent velocity of the rain with respect to girl. Apparent velocity of the rain with respect to girl means velocity of the rain with respect to girl or with respect to man. That is equal to question mark. Here, this we have to find. Okay, so we are actually VRM bar is equal to VR bar minus VM bar. No. Okay, this is equal. Therefore, here they asked only magnitude. So VRM they asked. So VRM means modulus of VR bar minus VM bar. Because we know VR value, we know VM value, and angle between these two also, because these two are perpendicular to each other. That's why square root of magnitude of this one is equal to square root of VR square plus VM square only. No, actually, when you write the magnitude, you will get root of VR square plus VM square minus 2VR VM into cos theta. As theta is 90, cos 90 is 0. So that term will be vanished. Okay, hence the remaining is this one. Therefore, this is equal to square root of 4 square plus 3 square. Both are in kilometer per hour only. Directly we can substitute. So root 16 plus 9 is 25 means 5. So 5 kilometer per hour. This is the relative velocity of rain with respect to man. I think you just you confused that as they asked the apparent velocity. That's why I think you confuse it. Okay, what is the direction? So here you see VR very good. VRM bar is equal to VR bar minus VM bar. We have to find the direction of this one. You see this can be written as VR bar plus minus VM bar. No, here minus VM bar is not there. So minus VM bar you take in this direction. This is minus VM bar. Now VR bar plus minus VM bar. You see VR bar plus minus VM bar. When you add these two, the resultant is given by this one. This is the relative velocity of rain with respect to man. So what is the in this case in which direction umbrella is to be hold? They may ask like that. So umbrella must be hold always along the direction of relative velocity of rain with respect to man. Relative velocity of rain with respect to man. Okay. So we have to hold the umbrella always along the relative velocity of rain with respect to man. So here actually the formula for this one, magnitude of this one means the square root of this one minus 2 VR VM into cos theta. But theta is equal to, you see, theta is the angle between VR and VM. VR is in this direction, VM in this direction means theta is 90. No, when you substitute 90, this becomes 0. So remaining is only this one, VR square plus VM square only. Okay, VR means 4, VM means 3. So when you square, you will get answer. So this is the relative velocity of rain with respect to man. In this direction, whatever the direction of relative velocity of rain with respect to man, along this direction, we have to hold the umbrella. With what angle? With vertical, we have to hold the umbrella. That means this is the angle. So how we can find the angle? For this theta, opposite side is given, adjacent side is given. Because the magnitude of this minus VM bar means this only, no, 3 only, no. So opposite side is known, adjacent side is known. So what is the direction with vertical along which the umbrella is to be hold means tan theta is equal to magnitude of this one by this one. VM means 3 by VR means 4, 3 by 4. So tan theta equal to 3 by 4 or theta is equal to 37 degree. No, so the umbrella is to be hold along the direction of along the direction by making 37-degree angle with vertical in this direction. In this direction means in clockwise direction. So that is the answer. In this way you have to do. Of course, they asked only magnitude. Okay. Next. Next you see 28. Somebody asked no. Okay. Next to 28th problem. You see the 28th problem. A policeman moving on a highway with a speed of 30 km per hour fires a bullet at a thief's car speeding away in the same direction with a speed of 192 km per hour. If the muzzle speed of the bullet is 150 meter per second, with what speed does the bullet hits the thief's car? Suppose here thief's car is this one. Velocity of the thief, that is equal to 192 km per hour. Here police car is here. Policeman. Okay, policeman is here. Okay, he fires a bullet. He fires a bullet like this towards the police thief's car. Okay, now the muzzle speed of the bullet means the velocity with which the bullet can fire, the bullet comes out from the gun, or the velocity with which the gun fires the bullet, that is called muzzle speed. That muzzle speed of the bullet or velocity of the bullet with respect to earth is equal to, here velocity of the bullet with respect to gun, that gun is with respect to gun is velocity of the bullet with respect to gun is called muzzle speed. That muzzle speed is given as 150 meter per second. 150 meter per second. Okay, here, but as the man is also running with a velocity 30 kilometer per hour. Policeman is also running towards the thief with a velocity 30 kilometer per hour. At the time while he is running, he fired the bullet. That's why this velocity is also added. No, this velocity of the man is also added to this one. Therefore, what is the velocity of the bullet with respect to man? Here it is given actually as the bullet is fired from the gun with a velocity this one. It is the velocity of the man with respect to bullet, because while moving, then he fires the actually it is the velocity of the bullet with respect to gun, but gun is also moving as the velocity of the man, no, because he holds the gun and he is moving. That's why velocity of the bullet with respect to gun or with respect to man is this one, that is 150. Velocity of the bullet with respect to man, that is equal to 150 meter per second. Velocity of the man is equal to 30 kilometer per hour. It is given in meter per second only, but it is given in kilometer per hour. Answer is given in meter per second. That's why we have to convert this also into meter per second. So to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, what you have to do? To convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, you can do. Okay, 5 by 18. We have to multiply with 5 by 18. So 5 by 18. Okay, 6 3s are 6 5s are. So 25 by 3. Therefore, velocity of the policeman is 25 by 3. Now, velocity of the bullet with respect to man. Velocity of the bullet with respect to man is directly given. Okay. Velocity of the bullet with respect to man, because actually it is the velocity of the bullet with respect to gun, but gun is moving, gun is held by the man and the man is running. No, that's why velocity of the bullet with respect to man we have to write as the man is moving with certain velocity. So that is 150. Velocity of the man or policeman alone is 25 by 3 meter per second. Velocity of the thief is equal to 192 kilometer per hour, means into 5 by 18 meter per second. Okay, if you simplify them, 6 3s are 6 3s are 18, 6 2s are, so 32 into 5, 160. No, 160 by 3. It is the velocity of the thief. Therefore, what is the here velocity of the, now from the earth when you see, with what velocity the bullet travel in this direction? So velocity of the bullet with respect to man is equal to velocity of the bullet minus velocity of the man. As bullet and man both travel along the same straight line, we can write directly without arrow marks. Okay. Previously, as the direction of the rain is in this direction, direction of the man is in this direction, relative velocity of rain with respect to man is some other direction. That's why we have written vector form. But in here, all the bodies, policeman, thief, and bullet, all travel along the same straight line only. That's why we can write directly without vector form. Okay. So from this velocity of the bullet we need, that is equal to velocity of the bullet with respect to man plus velocity of the man. So velocity of the man with respect, velocity of the bullet with respect to man is equal to velocity of the bullet with respect to man is 150. No, velocity of the bullet with respect to man is velocity of the bullet with respect to man. Now we substitute 150 plus velocity of the man alone 25 by 3. This is equal to, you see, 450 plus 25, 475 by 3. That is the velocity of the bullet. Now, with this velocity from the surface of the earth, when you observe, when bullet is fired, with this velocity, the bullet travel in air. Okay, then it strikes the thief. So, with what velocity the bullet strikes the thief? With what velocity the bullet strikes the thief means, with respect to thief, with what velocity bullet seems to be coming, with that velocity it strikes the thief. That's why velocity of bullet with respect to thief is equal to velocity of the bullet with respect to thief, VBT, that is equal to VB minus VT. So therefore, velocity of bullet with respect to thief is equal to VB means 475 by 3 minus velocity of the thief means 160 by 3. That is equal to, when you subtract 5 minus 0, 0, 5. Next 7 by minus 6 means 1. 4 minus 1 means 3. 315 by 3. Therefore, velocity of bullet with respect to thief is equal to 105 meter per second. So, with respect to thief, with what velocity the bullet seems to be coming, with that velocity it strikes the thief. That's very, very important problem. Good problem it is. Okay, therefore, bullet strikes the thief with a velocity 105 meter per second. It is excellent problem. Good problem. Okay. Yeah, answer is 105. Right. One at 5 meter per second is the answer. Okay, next problem. In this 29, you see 29, 30. 30th problem is in the next page also. Okay, first you see 29. Anybody else need 29? Anybody needs 29th problem? Subramanyam, Daksha need 29. Okay, 29 I will explain first. Twenty-ninth problem. A shell fired from the ground is just able to cross horizontally the top of a wall 90 meter away and 45 meter high. The direction of projection of the shell. Okay, you see, here there is a wall. Here there is a wall. Okay, here from this point a projectile is thrown. A shell is fired. Okay, with certain velocity at certain angle of projection theta. Okay. Now, while it crosses the wall, a shell is fired from the gun is just able to cross the cross horizontally the top of the wall. So while whenever the shell is fired here, the shell travel along the parabolic path, and while crossing the top of the wall, its motion is horizontal. That means this definitely the top of the wall is the highest point of the projectile, no? Because while crossing the top of the wall, the direction of motion of the shell is horizontal. That is given. So whenever the shell is having motion along horizontal direction, only at the highest point of the projectile or highest point of the direction of highest point of the path of the shell only, the velocity is horizontal. So indirectly here, while crossing the top of the wall, that point is the highest point of the projectile. Indirectly it is given. That's why it is the maximum height reached by the projectile, which is equal to height of the wall. That is indirectly given. That is equal to 45 meter. And this wall is at a distance 90 meter. The wall is at a distance 90 meter. Okay, definitely it travel along the parabolic path and reaches the ground here. As it is the highest point, definitely whatever this distance is also same. Therefore, indirectly range is given. Range is equal to 180 meter. Okay, have you seen the question? Okay, now you see here, just while the shell passing through the top of the wall, direction of motion of the shell is horizontal. That indicates the shell, it is the top of the wall is the highest point of the projectile also. Because of that only, because in case of oblique projectile at the highest point, it is having only horizontal component of velocity, no vertical component. Because of that only, it has only at the highest point, it has motion along horizontal direction. Okay, after that it travel along the parabolic path like this. That means the top of the wall is the highest point of the path of the projectile. So that's why the height of the wall is equal to maximum height reached by the shell or projectile. And this wall is at a distance 90 meters from the point from which the shell is fired. That means from the point of projection, the wall is at a distance 90 meters. As it is the highest point, this is whatever this value, this is also equal to same. So range is equal to 180 meter, and maximum height reached is equal to 45 meter. These two are given. Then here they asked, what about the direction of the projection of the shell? So what about theta they asked? Okay, that's all. So R means this is equal to, range means u square sine 2 theta by zeno, and maximum height reached is equal to u square sine square theta by 2 zeno. Divide these two because R and H values are known. So you divide these two, R by H is equal to u square cancel, GZ cancel. So remaining is sine 2 theta by sine square theta by 2 means into 2. Okay, this is equal to sine 2 theta can be written as 2 sine theta into cos theta into 2 by sine square theta. R by H means 180 by 45. Okay, here square sine theta cancel. Therefore, 4 by tan theta we can write now, because 2 into 2 4. 4 cos theta by sine theta, or 4 by sine theta by cos theta means we can write tan theta. Here what is the value here? 45 4s are now. 45 4s are 180. Okay, now it is 4. Therefore, tan theta is equal to 1 no, or theta is equal to 45 degree no. So angle of projection is 45 degree. In this way we have to do. Okay, yeah, theta is equal to 45 degree. Next, you see another problem. 30th problem somebody asked. You see the 30th problem. 30th problem, good problem, most important also. 30th, you see, just to read those two lines. In next page also the question is there. In the next page also question is there. First you read the two lines here in this page. A man swims from a point. 30th problem. A man swims from a point on one bank of the river of width 100 meter. Okay, so width of the river is equal to 100 meter is given. A man swims from a point on the one bank of the river When he swims perpendicular to the water current, he reaches the other bank 50 meter downstream. So when he swims perpendicular to the direction of the river flow, that means velocity of the man with respect to river, then he reaches the other bank 50 meter downstream. That means here this distance x is equal to 50 meter is given. Okay, next page. Okay, we go to next page. Now you see the next page continuation. You see the angle of the bank at which he should swim. The angle of the bank at which he should swim to reach the directly opposite point B on the other bank. That is the question they asked. Okay. So you see. Okay, all of you see the board. A man swims from a point A. Suppose this is a river flow. River is flowing with a velocity VR towards right. A man swims from a point A on one bank of the river of width 100 meter. When he swims perpendicular to the water current, so for the flow of water current or for the flow from the direction of the water current, the man swims with velocity VMR perpendicular to the direction of river flow. So river flow is in this direction. Perpendicular to river flow, the man swims along this direction. That means as a man swims perpendicular to the river flow, it is the velocity of the man with respect to river. Okay, but at the same time, the man experiences the velocity of the river also. The resultant of these two in this direction. That's why from the ground, when you observe, the velocity of the man is along this direction, and he reaches the point C 50 meter downstream. Actually, the man wants to travel from A to the exact opposite point B on the other bank. But as the man swims like this, because of river flow, as it pushes towards right, the man finally, after crossing the river, he reaches the point C. Through what distance he traveled along the direction of river flow or along the downstream? Through what distance the man traveled downstream before he crosses the river? That means before he crosses the river, suppose if the man reaches the point C, say, then actually the man has to reach this one. Because of river flow, he reached the point C. That's why it is the distance traveled in downstream. Suppose time taken by the man to cross the river is equal to say T, then X is equal to, in this direction, what is the velocity of the man? Because river pushes the man in this direction. That's why in this direction, he has only velocity of the river only. That's why with that velocity of the river, in a time T seconds, he traveled a distance equal to X. So X is equal to VR into T now. This condition is given. This is equal to X means 50. 50 is equal to velocity of the river into time taken. This is equation 1. That condition is given. Okay, next. The angle of the bank at which he should swim to reach the directly opposite point B on the other bank. To cross the river so that he reaches the exactly opposite point, in which direction the man has to swim. Suppose you see, this is A is the point on one bank. The man has to reach exactly the opposite point B. Definitely the man has to swim upstream, no? So man has to swim upstream by making an angle theta with normal flow. So the angle of the bank at which okay, this angle they asked. Suppose this is a theta, then this angle they asked theta naught. So the angle of the bank at which means angle made by this person with the bank. Okay, in which direction he has to swim to reach the directly opposite point B on the other bank. So velocity of the man with respect to river is upstream. Then only there is a possibility to reach the exact opposite point on the other bank. Already we discussed that one. Okay, so upstream. Here, if you find this theta naught, we know. No doubt, if it is VMR, it is VR. So this is velocity of the man, because here this velocity both are different. This is a VM dash. Okay, we are given VR and VMR, these two are fixed. To find VMR, how we can find? To reach the directly opposite point B on the other bank, in which direction he has to swim. Theta we need. This is given relation. Okay, VRT. So in this case, what is the time taken? Tell me. In this case, what is the time taken by the man to cross the river? You see here, we can write like this, no? Here, you see. Width of the river is given. Velocity of the man with respect to the river in this direction is given. Here in this case, you see, time taken by the man to cross the river is equal to, say, T. In this time, T is equal to distance traveled 100 by velocity of the man with respect to the river, we can write now. Because parallel to the width of the river, the velocity of the man is this one. Velocity of the man with respect to the river. But at the same time, in the same time, the man, while the man crosses the river, in the same time, the man travel downstream through a distance 50 meter, no? That means time taken for the man to travel this much distance also same, no? Because while travel in this direction, this man was pushed by the river flow. That's why along this direction with river velocity, the man travel, and before reaches the point C, in the same time T, he travel a distance 50 meter downstream because of river flow. That's why this is also equal to time taken is equal to distance by speed of the man in this direction is equal to only velocity of the river. Okay. So X means already we know 50 by velocity of the river. So 100 by VMR is equal to 50 by VR. Okay, 50 twos are. Therefore, VMR is equal to 2 into VR. We can write now. This is one relation from the given first condition we know. In this case, how we can find? VR VMR relation is there now. So in this right angle triangle, this does not change. Velocity of the river does not change. Velocity of the man with respect to river. Velocity of the man with respect to river means that is the fixed for the given boat or for the given ability of the person. That is fixed. Okay. So after I taught this problem, then you ask me the doubt. Vamsi Krishna. Okay. Here in this right angle triangle, opposite to theta, VR is known, hypotenuse is known. So you take sine theta. Sine theta is equal to opposite VR by VMR. But what about VR by VMR? 1 by 2, no? 1 by 2. Therefore, sine theta is equal to 1 by 2 means theta is equal to 30 degrees. So when the man swims upstream at an angle 30 degree with the normal or with the normal to the direction of river flow, then he can reach exactly the opposite point. But with bank they asked. Therefore, theta naught is equal to 90 minus 30, no? Therefore, theta is equal to 60 degree upstream. Because opposite to the river flow, the man has to swim like this. That's why upstream we have to write. So upstream. So this is the angle with the bank at which the man has to swim to reach exactly the opposite point on the other bank. Okay. Vamsi Krishna, I will unmute you. So you ask me the doubts.
So that thing we could do before raise that tan theta.
Pardon? Tell
So
me.
we could do that thing before, right, by doing tan theta. VMR is
Here.
100, right?
Here.
VMR is equal to 100, right, sir?
VMR is equal to
100, right?
VMR is equal to 100.
That thing we can do then. Tan theta is equal to 50 by 100. That's equal to 1 by 2.
1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. Now you tell me.
Sir, VMR is equal to 100.
VMR is equal to 100 is not given now.
No, sir, the width is equal to VMR, right?
Width is equal to
VMR.
No. Here it is the distance, it is the velocity, no.
Okay.
Suppose if it is also the distance, then we can take 100 meter, but it is not distance, it is a velocity, no.
Okay, sir.
Suppose here also you see, here tan theta is there. Tan theta is equal to, if you write the velocity here, sorry, sin theta. Sin theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. If you take opposite velocity, then you have here also you have to take the velocity only. Suppose if you take this sin theta is equal to opposite, this is distance, then it must be taken distance only. This must be distance only. As we have taken both velocities, then we can write. That's why here it is the velocity, it is the distance. We should not take. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay. Right. Note down. It is one good problem. Vishwanath, sir, one doubt. In the first case, man travels along the path AB. Velocity of the man with respect to river is along AB. This is not AB, not AR, AB. This is AB. Okay. So, in the first case, the man travel along the path AB, then VM is along the path AR. So, I will unmute you, Vishwanath. You tell me, you ask me the doubt. Okay, what is your doubt? Ask me. In the first case, man travel. Okay, Vishwanath, you ask me. What is the doubt? Come on, Vishwanath. Vishwanath. Okay, Vishwanath, you respond immediately. You ask the doubt now. No, I unmuted you. Just you speak. That's all. Just you talk with me. I unmuted you. It is laptop. Okay. Right. Okay, here in the first case, man travel along the path AR, then VM is along the path. No, as the man travel along the path AB, it is the velocity of the man with respect to river. A man swims along this direction means velocity of the man with respect to river is along this direction. But actually, from the ground, when you see, man seems to be travel along this path, not along this path. It is the velocity of the man with respect to river. Actually, the man has wished to travel to reach exact opposite point. That's why he swims in this direction. But at the same time, river pushes the man in this direction with a velocity VR. So from the ground, if you observe the man, then the man seems to be travel along the path along which the resultant of VR and VMR lies. That means in between these two, the man travel along this path. Okay. Okay, Vishnath. Right? Vishnath. Next. Next question, you see. You ask the questions in these two. 32. Okay, 32. I will explain. Okay, 36, 32nd problem. All of you see. Okay, 32nd problem is in on your display. You see. Passengers in the jet transport A flying east at a speed of 800 km per hour observe a second jet plane B that passes under the transport in horizontal flight. Although the nose of B is pointed in the 45-degree northeast direction, as northeast directions are mentioned, okay, northeast direction. Plane B appears to the passenger in A to be moving away from the transport at the 60-degree angle as shown. The true velocity of B. Okay, now you see the board. I think this question paper was okay. I will just upload the problems here solutions to you in YouTube. Okay, so that you can revise. Sheets. This question paper is not sent to you. Isn't question paper sent to you? Not sent. Yesterday, no. Yesterday it was. I think it was in our group. You see, yesterday this question paper was in our group with solutions also. Further, if you need the solutions to listen, just you go through this video. I will upload after completion of this class. Okay. Okay. I will ask your coordinators are to send. Right. I asked the coordinators are to keep in WhatsApp group. Okay. Right. Okay, Nana. Now you see here. Passengers, 32nd problem. Passengers in the jet transport A flying east at a speed of 800 km per hour. As the east-north directions are mentioned, just you draw the directions: north, south, east, and west. Here, passengers in the jet transport A flying east at a speed of, that means the flight A travel with a velocity VA is equal to say 800 km per hour. The passenger flight or passenger jet plane travel with a speed 800 km per hour due east or towards east. The passengers in this jet plane A observes there is another plane moving in a direction with respect to passenger plane A. The other plane B seems to be moving with a velocity. In the diagram it is given. Actually, diagram is given like this. Here, the plane A travel in this direction. Okay, plane B travel in this direction. But for A, the plane B seems to be travel in this direction by making 60-degree angle. By making 60-degree angle with a horizontal. That means it is the velocity of the plane B with respect to A. So you see here, velocity of A in this direction, velocity of B, plane B is in this direction, velocity of plane B. That VB is not given, velocity of plane A is given. Okay, now velocity of plane B with respect to A, VBA bar is equal to VB bar minus VA bar, no? Okay, this is equal to VB bar minus VA bar. So therefore VB bar is equal to this one. What is the direction of VBA bar? You see here, this is equal to VB bar minus VA. Velocity of plane B with respect to A is equal to velocity of B minus velocity of A. No, here minus A to VB we had to add minus VA. Okay, when you add minus VA, the resultant is same. So here velocity of plane B with respect to A is given, that is along this direction. You see here minus VA bar is in this direction. Okay. Velocity of plane B with respect to A is given in this direction by making 60 degree. by making 60-degree angle. It is the velocity of plane B with respect to A. Okay. Next, you see, velocity of B parallel to this one, you draw a line here. It is VB. Parallel to this VB, you draw a line here. It is VB. Now you see, VBA bar is equal to VB bar minus VA bar. This condition is satisfied in the diagram or not, you see? Can we add minus VA bar to VB bar or not? Can we add minus VA bar to VB bar or not? Okay, we can add, because minus VA bar plus VB bar means that is equal to minus VA bar plus VB bar means VB bar minus VA bar only, no? VB bar minus VA bar only. Okay, that's why this therefore VB bar minus VA bar is equal to VBA bar. This condition is satisfied, no? Moreover, the angle between VB and VA is given as 45 degree. Angle between VB bar and VA bar is given as 45 degree. So VA bar is in this direction, VB bar is in this direction. That's why this is 45. This is also given. Now we need, what is the velocity of the, here what they asked? The angle of, sorry, plane, no, okay. Here the true velocity of B. That means VB they asked. What is VB? Tell me from the diagram how we can find. Just we need VB only. VA is given, these angles are given, that's all. You take Lami's theorem. According to Lami's theorem, because these are not right angle triangles. If these are right angle triangles, directly tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Like that we can find, or sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, we can find like that. But these are not right angle triangles, so we cannot do directly. Scale and triangle it is just like. Okay, that's why you apply the Lami's theorem. According to Lami's theorem, already we discussed in basic mathematics. According to Lami's theorem, you see, VB by opposite sine of opposite angle. VB by sine of opposite angle, because we need VB, magnitude of VB. That's why VB by sine of opposite angle means 60 is equal to VA is given. VA by sine of opposite angle means this angle. What is this angle? It is 45, it is 60. Then what about this angle? Total angle in the total sum of the three angles in the triangle is 180. If it is 60 plus 45 means 105. What is the remaining? 75. So this angle is 75. You write 75. So sine 75 degree. Okay. Now from this we need VB. So VB is equal to VA into sine 60 by sine 75. Sine 75 can be written as 40 degree plus, sorry, 45 degree plus 30 degree, no? Because sine 75, if you know the value directly, we can write. Otherwise, we can write sine 45 degree plus 30 degree, we can write. It makes no difference. Now, VB is equal to, VA means already 800 km per hour is given. Even VB is also given in 8 km per hour only. That's why you substitute VA directly in km per hour. That means 800 into sine 30 means root 3 by 2 into 1 by sine of A plus B means sine A cos B. Sine of A plus B is equal to sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, no, plus cos A into sine B. Okay. Now this is equal to 400 root 3 by sine 45 1 by root 2 into cos 30 root 3 by 2 plus cos 45 1 by root 2 into sine 30 1 by 2. Okay. This is equal to 400 root 3 by, here what is the value? 2 root 2 you take common. In the denominator, 2 root 2 you take common. As 2 root 2 is here, directly we can write root 3. Here also 2 root 2, so here 1. Therefore, this is equal to 400 root 3 into this 2 root 2 goes to numerator. So 2 root 2. So 400 root 3 into 2 root 2 upon root 3 plus 1. Okay. This is equal to, here you see, 400 into 2, 800 into root 3 into root 2 means root 6 we can write by root 3 plus 1. You rationalize them. You multiply with root 3 minus 1 divided with root 3 minus 1. It makes no difference now, because this becomes in the denominator, the value becomes easy, simple. So this is equal to 800 root 6 into root 3 minus 1 means root 3 means 1.732 minus 1 means 0.732 by A plus B into A minus B. A square minus B square. A square means root 3 whole square means 3 minus B square means 1 square means 1. Okay, this is equal to root 6 value means approximately it is 2.4 something, no? 25 are 625. 25 are 625, but it is 6 only. That's why 2.4 something you take. 2.4 approximately. So 800 into root 6 means approximately 2.4 into 0.732 by 2. Okay, 2 1.2s are. If you simplify them, approximately you will get 717, nearly 717 kilometer per hour. You will get the answer like this. This is the answer. It is good problem. Okay, no doubt. 717 kilometer per hour. Okay, next problem 33, 34, 35. 33, 34, 35. You read the problems. Which problem you need in this? 31, somebody else asked me. 31. Okay. 31 I will explain first. Shall I raise this one? 31 means previous page only again. Again we come back. Okay, 31 you see. Thirty-one. A body is projected from a point on the ground at some angle with the horizontal at a time t is equal to 0 seconds. So here you see one body is projected at some angle with certain velocity at some angle at t is equal to 0. That means at an instant t is equal to 0. Just at the instant whenever it is projected, time started to count. Okay, now a body is projected from the point on the ground at some angle with some horizontal at the instant t is equal to 0. If the particle is at the same height above the point of projection at certain height at t1 is equal to 2 seconds and t2 is equal to 8 seconds. You see, while travel in this direction at t1 is equal to 2 seconds, it is at this much height. At another time also it is at the same height. It is at the same height. That means at t2 is equal to 8 seconds also it is at the same height. Then what is the time of flight? Time of flight t capital T is equal to how much? Time of flight capital T is equal to how much? You see, we are given this time t1 seconds is given, this time t2 seconds is given. If it is here, if it is the time taken to travel from point of projection to this one, then this time is also same, no? That is also t1, no? Because it is from this direction, if you project the body with the same angle, then time taken by the body to reach this point is also equal to this time only, t1 only. That's why what is the total time of flight now? Total time of flight is t1 plus t2. Therefore, time of flight is equal to t1 plus t2. T1 means 2 plus t2 means 8. Therefore, t is equal to 10 seconds, no? 10 seconds. It is the total time of flight. Okay. Yeah, t is more than 10 seconds. That's why Mokshit Reddy 10 seconds we got, no? T is equal to 8 is at the flight, then t is more than 8. So from options, answer is 10. Yeah, answer is 10. Definitely, very good. Simply by logic, we need not do also. Directly by logic, definitely time taken, time of flight must be greater than 8 seconds. Only one option is there. That is the answer. Okay, right. Next. Okay, next problem you see. From 33, 34, 35, in these problems you ask question. 33. Okay, read the problem 33. A boat is moving with a velocity 3 I cap plus 4j cap with respect to ground. That means velocity of the boat with respect to ground means VB bar. That is given as 3 I cap plus 4j cap. It is direct only, I think. The water in the river is moving with a velocity, velocity of the river, that is equal to minus 3 I cap minus 4j cap with respect to ground. The relative velocity of the boat with respect to water or with respect to river, that is question mark. It is direct problem only, So velocity of the boat with respect to river is equal to velocity of the boat minus velocity of the river. Velocity of the boat means 3 I cap plus 4j cap minus velocity of the river means minus 3 I cap minus 4j cap. This is equal to 3 I cap plus 4j cap minus plus 3 I cap plus 4j cap minus plus 3 I cap minus plus 4j cap. Therefore, this is equal to 6 I cap plus 8j cap. This is the velocity of the boat with respect to river in vector form. That is only answer. That's all. It is simple problem only. Okay. Next you see which problem you need. In 34, 35. 34 and 35 you need. Okay. So totally the total paper you make me to do here. Okay, 34. An athlete completes one round of the circular track of radius r in 40 seconds. An athlete, it is general common sense only. Okay, suppose the athlete starts motion from this point A. In 40 seconds, here radius is r. In 40 seconds, he completes one rotation. An athlete completes one round in a circular track of the radius r in 40 seconds. That means time taken to complete one rotation is called time period. Time period is equal to time period t is equal to 40 seconds given. What will be the displacement at the end of the 2 minutes 20 seconds? At a time t is equal to 2 minutes 20 seconds. Means 2 minutes means 120. 2 minutes means 120 seconds plus 20 seconds, 140 seconds. 140 seconds. In 140 seconds, what is the displacement they asked? Okay, in this how many 40s are there? 3 40s are there. You see, in this, all of you look at the board. All of you look at the board. T is equal to 2 minutes to 20 seconds. So what is the displacement they asked? Okay, so in t is equal to 2 minutes 20 seconds, where the particle lies, where the person lies on the circular track, we have to first locate. Okay, so here 2 minutes 20 seconds means this is 140 seconds. Okay, therefore you divide these two. Capital T by small t is equal to 40 by 140. 0 0 cancel. 2 2s are 2 7s are. Therefore time is equal to 7 by 2 capital T we can write now. 7 by 2 into capital T. How we can write this one? 3 rotations plus 1 by 2 into T we can write now. This one 7 by 2 can be written as 3 plus 1 by 2. Okay, into T, because 3 2s are 6 plus 1 by 2 means 7 by 2. So you see here 3 into T plus T by 2. Now you tell me, for every capital T seconds he complete one rotation, we know. Here 3T is there. 3T means in 3 times the time period means 1 capital T, 2 times T, 3 times T. That means after completion of 3 times T, he will be at this point. But T by 2 seconds more than no. In T by 2 seconds, he reaches the point here. So he lies at B. After completion of this entire time means after 2 minutes 20 seconds, he lies at B. Then what is the displacement? Initially the person is at this point. After this much time the person lies here. So what is the displacement of the person means this distance BA. So BA is equal to diameter now. So 2R. 2R is the answer. Okay. Just it is logic. Now you see the other problem. 35, 37. Right. Now I think you are hearing my voice. Now. Okay. Right. Next week onwards, definitely I will discuss the paper on Tuesday only. I will send the question paper with the solutions on Monday, so that you can go through the problem, whatever the problems you are having doubt, then you go through the solutions for that problems in that material. Then on Tuesday I will discuss, so that the number of problems to be discussed on the board will be minimized, so we can save the time, and I can say the class also, regular class also. Okay, because if I say directly like this, almost somebody else required 35, somebody else required 36, like that. Okay, from next week onwards I will discuss on Tuesday only. Okay, Sunday or Monday definitely I will send the paper to you. Okay, next 35th question somebody else asked. 35th. Okay, a man is walking on the road with a velocity 3 km per hour. Suddenly rain starts falling. The velocity of the rain is 10 km per hour in vertically downwards direction. The relative velocity of the rain with respect to man, already I said, no, this concept previously we done in one problem. Still you are asking the same problem. Is what is the use? Here one man travel with a velocity Vm is equal to, a man walking with a velocity Vm is equal to 3 km per hour. Suddenly rain is falling. The velocity of the rain is 10 km per hour in vertically downwards direction. Already same concept I said, I think. Velocity of the rain is vertically downwards direction, 10 km per hour. The relative velocity of rain with respect to man, directly they asked it. The relative velocity of rain with respect to man is, what is the direction? So Vrm bar is equal to, already we know, Vr bar plus minus Vm bar. Okay, therefore here they asked what is the relative velocity of rain with respect to man. Only this Vrm they asked, magnitude. Angle between Vr and Vm bar is known. Vr bar is in this direction, Vm bar in this direction. So angle between them is 90. Okay, that's why square root of Vr square plus Vm square, that is only the answer. Okay, so this is equal to, directly we are having 10 square plus 3 square, that means root 109. As we have substituted in kilometer per hour, then velocity of rain with respect to man is root 109 kilometer per hour. Direct problem, no? Same problem. Previously I said the same problem. Vrm, how we can find Vrm means I said the same problem. Still you are asking. Okay, next in 36 you see. What about 36? Okay, 36, okay. Can you do 36th problem? Okay, next. You see 37, 38. In 37, 38, do you need any problem? Okay, next. You see 39, 40. You see 39, 40. Oh yeah, 40 is good problem. Right, very good. Karthi YS, Y53. Okay, Karthi. Okay, 40th problem, good problem. It was previously asked in once in mains. Mains are advanced, I think. But in one of the exams, mains are advanced, they asked a question. Question, same answer also. Rain pouring down at an angle of alpha with vertical has a speed of 10 meter per second. You see, drawing diagram is very, very important. Here it is the vertical. Rain is rain pouring down at an angle alpha with vertical has a speed of 10 meter per second. So with vertical, by making an angle alpha, the rain is falling vertically downwards. A girl runs against the rain with a speed of against the rain. As the rain is falling like this, against the rain means in opposite direction. That means in this direction. A girl or man travel in this direction with a speed of 8 meter per second. Here these are given in meter per second only. Okay, and sees that the rain makes an angle beta with the vertical. So here you see, whenever the rain is falling like this. Okay, have you seen the question? Now you see the board. Now you see the board. Here rain is falling like this. The man is moving in this direction. Suppose the rain falling at an angle 30 degree with vertical. We are moving opposite to the rain. Then shall we hold the umbrella at an angle 30 degree or less than 30 degree or greater than 30 degree to protect our body from rain? Suppose the rain is falling at an angle 30 degree with vertical. We are running in this direction. Suppose if you are at rest, then we have to hold the umbrella like this only. When we are at rest, if the rain is falling vertically, rain is falling at an angle 30 degree with vertical, then we have to hold the umbrella like this only. But as we are also in motion, here if the rain is falling at an angle 30 degree with vertical, and if you are moving upstream, opposite to the rain flow, then shall we hold the umbrella at an angle 30 or less than 30 or greater than 30? Greater than 30, because relative velocity of rain with respect to man is greater than 30. That means in this direction. Relative velocity of rain with respect to man is in this direction. In that case, whenever the rain is observed by the man or girl, the rain appears to be falling at an angle beta with vertical with respect to the girl running upstream, running opposite to the direction of the river flow. This is given. This information is given. Okay, now here you see, if it is Vm, then this is equal to minus Vm now, because Vm, here it is Vr, Vm and Vrm. Is the condition satisfied here or not? You see, Vrm bar is equal to Vr bar minus Vm bar. It is minus Vm bar. Can we add minus Vm bar to Vr bar? We can add, no, because minus Vm bar can be added to Vr bar. You see, minus Vm initial point is this one, Vr final point is this one. So when you add these two, Vr plus minus Vm bar means you will get Vr minus Vm bar only, no, that is equal to Vrm bar. So that is equal to Vrm bar. So this condition is satisfied. This condition is satisfied by the diagram. Now you tell me, what is the relation between alpha and beta? They asked. I think relation among them, alpha, beta, they asked. That relation they asked. Okay. So here answers are given. Tan alpha, tan beta is equal to something like that. Tan alpha means, if you take tan alpha, opposite side, this is you see, if it is Vr, and if it is alpha, in this right angle triangle, VR is known and V alpha, this alpha is known. Then this side, this is the opposite side to this angle. No? That's why this is equal to VR sine alpha. Okay, can we write like this? This is equal to VR sine alpha. This is equal to VR cos alpha. This is VR cos alpha. This is VR sine alpha, because sine alpha is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, or opposite side is equal to VR sine alpha, you will get, no? Similarly, cos alpha is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Then adjacent side is equal to VR cos alpha, you will get. Okay, now we need beta value, beta relation. Tan alpha means, you see, tan alpha is equal to VR sine alpha by VR cos alpha, means again you will get tan alpha only. There is no use. So if you take tan beta from this right angle triangle, if you take tan beta, then tan beta is equal to opposite side. Opposite side means this total, this magnitude is equal to Vm. Modulus of this one means this is equal to Vm plus VR sine alpha. Opposite side, in this right angle triangle, tan beta is equal to opposite side means Vm plus VR sine alpha by adjacent means VR cos alpha. You substitute the data. Tan beta is equal to Vm means that is given as 8 plus VR means 10. 8 plus 10 sin alpha by VR means 10 cos alpha. So this is only the answer. That is only the answer. Okay. Okay, next. Fatih's problem is over. You see 41, 42, 43. You see 40, 41 and 42. Okay. You see the problem 41. A rifle shoots a bullet with a muzzle velocity 400 meter per second at an at a small target 400 meter away. The height above the target at which the bullet must be aimed to hit the target. Here, one target is here. It is the target. The rifle shoots a bullet with muzzle velocity 400 meter per second at a small target 400 meter away. Okay, now the height above the target. Target is this one. The height above the target means at what height the rifle shoots to hit the target means, suppose if you keep the gun here and if you fire the bullet horizontally, will it reach the target? No. That's why, suppose if you fire the gun here, if you fire the gun at a height h, then there is a possibility to hit the target. Okay, here the velocity with which the muzzle velocity given, that means the velocity with which the bullet is fired or shell is fired from the gun is equal to 400 meter per second. And at the instant whenever the rifle shoots a bullet, at the time the distance of the target from the gun, from the rifle is 400 meter along horizontal. That means this distance is given 400 meter. Okay, now what is the height at which, the height above the target at which the bullet must be aimed? That means at what height, from what height the bullet is to be fired. That means excuse me, we have to fire the bullet. That is the question. Okay, now you see here range, here whenever the bullet is fired from a height h, what is the time taken by the bullet to reach the target? Time taken is equal to root 2h by 0. In case of horizontal projectile, the time in which the body reaches the horizontal plane means root 2h by 0. So this bullet reaches the target in a time this one. In this time, what is the horizontal distance traveled? Because horizontal distance is given. This horizontal distance x is equal to horizontal velocity into time taken. Horizontal velocity u into time taken means root 2h by z. Now you substitute the data. X means 400 is equal to u means 400 into root 2 into h, we have to find g10. So if you simplify them, h is equal to, you will get directly 5 meter. This is the Okay, so if you, so after here the gun is, rifle is fired at a height 5 meter to hit the target. Okay, okay, 42, that is a good problem. Okay, have you noted this problem? Okay, next to 42, I will share the screen. Okay, 42, all of you read the problem. A juggler maintains 4 balls in motion, making each of them to rise a height of 20 meters from his hand. What time interval should he maintain for the proper distance between them? Okay, a juggler maintains 4 balls in motion, making use of them to rise a height of 20 meters from his hand. What time interval should he maintain for the proper distance between them? Have you seen the question? Okay, now you listen the solution. Here, one juggler. Here, one juggler is there. The juggler throws the ball continuously at regular intervals of time. Okay, here from this point, the juggler throws the ball with a velocity say u. That velocity is not given. It is right. It is thrown vertically upwards with certain velocity so that it raises a maximum height of, that maximum height is given. That maximum height is equal to 20 meters. Then what is the time of flight for that ball? Time of flight for that ball t is equal to 2u by 0. U by g is the time of ascent. 2u by g is the time of flight. That is equal to 2 into u means 20 by g means 10. Therefore, t is equal to 4 seconds now. Here he is throwing 4 balls. He is throwing 4 balls. Okay. Then time of flight of each ball is equal to 4 seconds. That's why as he is throwing 4 balls, then balls must be projected at regular intervals of time. Balls must be projected at regular intervals of time. Balls must be projected at regular intervals of time. If they are not projected at regular intervals of time, definitely when one ball is projected, after some time one more ball is projected like this, then definitely after some time there may be 2 balls at the same time in his hand. So whenever he thrown the balls at regular intervals of time, definitely there is no question of 2 balls at the same time in his hand. That's why in regular intervals of time he has to project. So suppose at certain instant when fourth ball is in his hand, then third ball is here. Here you see, what is the time interval between successive balls? Time interval between successive balls or adjacent balls. Successive balls is equal to delta t, that is equal to t by, as 4 balls are throwing, by 4. 4 by 4, that is equal to 1 second. That means for every 1 second, if he throws the balls like this, then always only one ball is within his hand. Okay, now you see, first in between the fourth ball and third ball there must be 1 second time interval. Okay, in between third ball and second ball there must be 1 second. As the time of flight is 4 seconds, definitely time taken to rise the maximum height is equal to 2 seconds now. That's why if it is 1 second, definitely it is under second. After one more second, here second ball is here. That means first ball is thrown, second ball is thrown, third ball is thrown, and fourth ball is in his hand. Okay, here first ball is also thrown, but after one more second, first ball is here. That means totally after 3 seconds, before 3 seconds, first ball is thrown. Before 2 seconds, second ball is thrown. Before 1 second, third ball is thrown. At the time, after 3 seconds, the fourth ball is ready to throw. In this way, he throws the balls. Okay, now what they asked, the height above the, what time interval should he maintain for the proper distance between them to have any one ball always in his hand? That means 1 second only. They asked only this time interval. Time interval t is equal to 1 second. Sometimes they may ask at the instant whenever fourth ball is in his hand, at what height first ball is there? First ball is here. At what height means this height we have to find. At what height second ball is there? That means this height we have to find. At what height third ball is there? This third ball height we have to find. Because from this data, velocity is given, velocity of projection is given, or we know the velocity of projection. Okay, velocity of projection is known. If you velocity of projection is given, then in 1 second, what is the distance traveled by the third ball? That is equal to height at which third ball lies. After 3 seconds, 1 plus 1 plus 3. After 3 seconds, what is the height of the first ball? S equal to ut plus half h square. We can find the height of the first ball also after 3 seconds. So at the instant fourth ball is in his hand, third ball travel 3 seconds. First ball travel 3 seconds. So at what height it lies means from s equal to ut plus half h square you find. At what height second ball, at what position, at what height second ball lies? At the instant whenever fourth ball is ready to throw. Means at the instant whenever fourth ball is ready to throw, second ball travel at a time equal to 2 seconds. So in these 2 seconds, what is the height rise? You find. In this way you have to calculate. Okay. Next. Next you see. 43, 44. In 43, 44. In 43 and 44 you see. 43 answer is unity. Okay, 43 correct answer is unity only. Shall I explain for 43 or no need? Answer is 1. That is correct. 42 1 second no. 42 1 second only. Okay, next what about 40, 43, 44? In these two, which problem you need? No need any problem in these two. Okay, next. Okay, next page you see 45. You need 44. Okay, okay. '44 you see. 44th problem. '44th problem. A car moving horizontally along a straight line with a uniform velocity 25 meters per second. A projectile is to be fired from the car in such a way that it will return to it after it has moved. Already I said this concept. Suppose this is a car. A car moving horizontally along a straight line with a uniform speed. Okay. Velocity of the car Vc is equal to 25 meters per second. From this one projectile is thrown. Velocity of the body with respect to car in this direction so that it makes certain angle with the direction of motion of the car. Here it will return to it after it has moved a distance 100 meter. So after car has moved a distance 100 meter, x is equal to 100 meter, it is thrown such that the ball is thrown such that it reaches the car, because when he thrown like this, then it travel along the parabolic path like this, and after the car reaches its position, again it fall into the car. In such a way, the stone is thrown. Okay. Now, here already I said this concept. Velocity of the body with respect to car is equal to this one. Their component in this direction is equal to VBC cos theta, and in this direction that is VBC sin theta. Okay, velocity of the body with respect to car component along x-axis this one, along y-axis this one. So from the ground, when you observe the you see velocity of the body with respect to car is equal to velocity of the body minus velocity of the car. Okay, now velocity of the body is equal to velocity of the body with respect to car plus velocity of the car. Now along x-axis distance travel is given. That's why along x-axis you take along x-axis Okay, all of you see here. It is important problem. Okay, here you see car traveling this direction with a velocity 25 meter per second. In which direction the body is thrown, that is not given. That's why velocity of the body with respect to car is say at an angle theta. It is projected. Say we imagine theta. What is theta? We have to find. Okay, here it is projected with this angle, and after some time it travel along the parabolic path like this, and whenever the car reaches this point, again it fall into the car. That means the range of this projectile and this car must be same in the given interval of time. During the time of flight time, the horizontal range traveled by this body and this both must be same. Then only the body will fall into the car again. That's why to find the range, we need the horizontal velocity of the body. To find the horizontal velocity along x-axis, so velocity of the body along x-axis is equal to velocity of the body with respect to car along x-axis plus velocity of the car along x-axis. Velocity of the body with respect to car along x-axis means VBC cos theta, plus velocity of the car along x-axis is equal to VC only because it travel along x-axis only. Therefore, velocity of the body along x-axis is equal to this one. Okay, now here here the time here in the time here whenever the car travel a distance equal to 100 meter, then the ball fall into the car. That means the time taken by the car to travel this much distance is equal to time of flight of this body only. That's why in these t seconds, what is the distance traveled by the car means distance traveled by the car 100 meter is equal to velocity of the car into time. Okay, therefore 100 into is equal to velocity of the car with velocity of the car means that is equal to 25 into time t. Therefore t is equal to 4 seconds. T is equal to 4 seconds. Now you see what is the range of the body? What is the range of the body? Range of the body. Whenever the body reaches this point here, range of the body is equal to this only. No, range of the body is equal to distance traveled by the car only. That's why range of the body is also equal to x only. That x is equal to velocity of the body along x-axis and time taken this one. So x means 100, that is equal to velocity of the body along x-axis is equal to VBC cos theta plus VC into time taken 4. Okay, 4 here it is 4. So 25 is equal to VBC cos theta plus velocity of the car means again 25. This 25 cancel. VBC cos theta is equal to 0. Or definitely VBC is not equal to 0. With some velocity it is projected. If it is b equal to 0 means definitely cos theta would be 0. Cos theta 0 means theta is equal to 90 degree. That means the body is projected vertically upwards. This body is projected vertically upwards with respect to car. So therefore, whenever the car is travel in this direction, the body is projected with a velocity VBC in vertically upward direction as theta is equal to 90. This is the given. Now, the speed of the projection must be the speed of the projection they asked. Okay. So here, as it is projected with a velocity 90 degree, then whatever the speed of projection, now you see speed of the projection. With what velocity it is projected. Time taken must be equal to, you see, as time taken by the body, time taken by the car to travel this much distance and time of flight of the body, both must be same, no? That's why time of flight is equal to 2u sin theta by z. 2 into u means velocity of the body with respect to velocity of the body in upward direction, ub sin theta by z. Of course, sin theta is 90, so 2ub by z. It is the time of flight, that is equal to 4. Because time of flight we got 4 seconds, no? 4 seconds. This is equal to time of flight. Therefore, 2 2s are. Therefore, ub is equal to 2 into z, 10. That is equal to 20 meter per second. So, velocity of the body is equal to 20 meter per second. With that velocity, he has to project. Because along x-axis, already we know velocity of the body along x-axis is equal to something we got. Similarly, velocity with which it is projected upwards, we need velocity of the body along y-axis is equal to, from this formula, velocity of the body with respect to car along y-axis plus velocity of the car along y-axis. Velocity of the body along y-axis is equal to, here actually it is the velocity of the body along y-axis we have to write. It is the velocity of the body along y-axis. Okay. Along y-axis means, tell me, VBC along y-axis. What is the component of velocity of the body along with respect to car along y-axis? VBC sine theta plus velocity of the car along y-axis means as the car travel along horizontal direction it is 0. Therefore, velocity of the body along y-axis is equal to velocity of the body with respect to car into sine 90. 1. That's why velocity of the body with respect to car. So the body is projected vertical upwards with respect to car with a velocity equal to this one. So therefore, here ub sin theta means that is the velocity of the body along y-axis only, no? Ub, that is equal to ub only. So ub is equal to how much? Ub is equal to 20 meter per second. It is the velocity with which the body is projected vertical upwards. Okay, here when the car travel with a velocity of 25 meter per second in horizontal direction, and after some time whenever the car travel a distance 100 meter, it fall into the car. That means the body also travel through the same distance along a horizontal direction, no? That means range of the body and the distance traveled by the car in a given time both are same. That means whenever the body again fall into the car after travel a distance 100 meter means time taken by the car to travel 100 meter distance and time of flight for the body both are same. Okay, here distance traveled by the car in t seconds is given, that is 100 meter. Therefore, distance traveled x is equal to 100, that is equal to velocity of the car into time. Therefore, from this t is equal to, we got 4. So time of flight is also equal to 4 seconds. Time of flight is also equal to 4 seconds. In these 4 seconds, here they asked, what is the velocity with which the body is projected? That is the question they asked. Okay, now along this direction, what is the distance traveled by the body along this direction in a time before it fall into the car? Okay, that is equal to range of the body. Range of the body is equal to velocity of the body along x-axis into time taken. But already velocity of the body with respect to car is in this direction. So velocity of the body along x-axis is equal to velocity of the body with respect to car along x-axis plus velocity of the car along x-axis. Okay, so here velocity of the body with this velocity along horizontal direction in a time 4 seconds, time of flight is 4 seconds. What is the horizontal distance traveled? So range equal to horizontal distance traveled, that is equal to velocity of the body along x-axis into time taken, or time of flight, we can write time of flight also. Okay, therefore 100 is equal to x is equal to 100, no? 100 is equal to vbx means this one, vbc cos theta plus vc into time taken 4 seconds. 425s are here, vc is equal to 25 substitute, then you will get vbc cos theta 0 or cos theta 0 because vbc not equal to 0. vbc not equal to 0 because it is projected with some velocity. That's why cos theta 0 means theta is equal to 90. Hence the body is projected with respect to car along vertical direction by making 90 degree. So velocity of the body with respect to car is in this direction. Okay, now with what velocity it is projected? This velocity they asked. During the time of flight 4 seconds, what is the formula for time of flight? T is equal to 2u velocity of the body into, suppose the velocity of the body say ub, sorry, velocity of the body here, it is equal to the component of this velocity of the body with respect to car in upward direction. Actually here we have to write, to find the time of flight, 2 into velocity of the body along y-axis by g. But what is the velocity of the body along y-axis? So from this, velocity of the body along y-axis is equal to velocity of, according to the same formula, velocity of the body with respect to car along y-axis plus velocity of the car along y-axis. Velocity of the car along y-axis 0. Velocity of the body with respect to car along y-axis is component is equal to vbc sin theta. So vbc sin theta. Now vby is equal to vb into sin theta means theta we got 90. You substitute here. Then vby, that means velocity of the body along y-axis is equal to velocity of the body with respect to car. Both are same. That's why velocity of the body with you see, time of flight is equal to 2 into velocity of the body along y-axis by g. 2 into velocity of the body along y-axis, we have to find that velocity of the body along y-axis or velocity with which the body is projected with respect to car, both are same along y-axis. So t is equal to 2 into velocity of the body along y-axis by g. That is equal to already 4 seconds we got. Then ub you calculate. So velocity of the body along y-axis is equal to this one, or this is also equal to velocity of the body with respect to car along y-axis. So the body is projected with a velocity 20 meters per second with respect to car along vertical direction, that is 20. Okay. Next.